if I look a mess, it's because I am one. I'm currently citing all of my sources from my essay that I was working on in the last video. I don't normally do this. I normally do my sources as I go, but right now I am manually inserting them all now that I'm at the end. I had a bit of a heart attack earlier because Word crashed right as I was about to start doing it, and I didn't know if at the time it had saved. It did, thank God. So yeah, right now I'm just doing my sources, and I thought I'd take you along with me. The weather's really, really nice today. Like blue skies. I'll put a clip in of it because it's just it's a really nice day today. So perfect day to sit inside and work on an essay. I hate when you're trying to source something and they literally just don't put the author's name or a date or anything. It's just so annoying. It makes the whole process so much harder. This is like the only thing I use my laptop for as well. I don't use it for anything else. Three more to go. I'm so close to being done. I'm gonna turn it off so that my phone doesn't die. So. Hello, welcome to a new video. I don't know where this clip is gonna go, to be honest, so there you go. I am currently crocheting the ribbing to a cardigan that I have made. I'm not like in love with it. Like, okay, so the difference between expensive wool and cheap wool is night and day. Like, it's not even expensive, but it's just like nicer wool. Like, this wool is nice wool, like you can see. Like, it's so nice to work with. Like, I've never had any issues with it. I crocheted like 2 tops with it and I didn't have any issues with it. The only thing is it's quite like thin. It feels like thread more than wool. But it like made a really nice crop top. And at the moment I'm just doing ribbing for my cardigan, but I just don't like how it's after coming out. Like, I have the front and back done and I crocheted 1 sleeve, but the sleeve was made out of like a really cheap chunky yarn and it was literally only €6 for like 400 grams of it. I should have known at that point not to fucking get it, because like I paid €6 for 400 grams of wool, like hello. So I got it. I made the sleeve because I kind of just wanted to see how it would look as a cardigan, because this is my first cardigan project. I've been working on it for so long now. I want to see it through and get it done. So I'm working on the ribbing right now because I think I'm gonna scrap the sleeve that I did, and I'm probably gonna buy new wool. The only thing is that this wool I bought online. I bought it from a yarn like shop online, and the wool that I used to make the body of the cardigan I got in Deals, which is essentially a fucking pound shop like. So the wool from there isn't like the greatest quality, so I should have, it's my own fault, but like I kind of look at it as like a learning experience. So the second time I do a cardigan I know what to do differently. Like I know the measurements that I would change now at least, and you know, the different if you've done it once you've done it all. So I'd love to do like a cardigan or jumper that's a strawberry, because I want to make sure that the next project I dive into is something that I'm absolutely in love with. and I'm kind of leaning towards a strawberry design. See, it has to be something that I'll actually wear as well. Like, I just don't know if I'm gonna wear jumpers and cardigans in the middle of summer, but like, we're in Ireland, what kind of summer do we get anyway? I traveled all the way down to college. It's like a 3-hour journey in total from when I leave my house to when I get to my college apartment, and I traveled all the way to college and came back the next day because I just wasn't feeling it. Like, I don't know if this it has to happen to other artists, but it's like the burnout is just so real. Like, when I was in studio, it felt like the life was sucked out of me. I just didn't want to be there. Like, I spent 2 or 3 hours there, and then I was like, I'm done, I want to go home. Like, the thought of spending more time there just I just didn't want to be there. So I ended up coming home, and I do feel like really bad about it because it's like, it's expensive to travel all the way up and down, but I still got a couple hours work done. And then the essay that I was working on in my last video was due this week, and I had to do a little bit of work on that, and oh my god, was that a nightmare, because today's Wednesday the 30th of March, and on Monday I was preparing my bibliography and my sources, and Word crashed. Oh my god, I wanted to end my life. Like, I thought I lost my essay. Thank god it uploaded to OneDrive, and once Word restarted it had auto-saved, so I actually would have ended my life if I lost that essay. Okay, I just wanted to show you the cardigan that I'm working on right now. This is what it looks like so far. Basically the back of it looks like this. It comprises of 3 pieces. So this is a back piece, it's a big long rectangle, and then we have on the front 2 panel pieces that were sewn here, and I made the front panel pieces too long, so that's why they kind of stick up here at the shoulders. I've already sewn on this hem here. And again, I made this too long, so that's why it's kind of curved up here. So I've started the secondary hem pieces here, and they're gonna go here. I haven't sewn the sides yet because I need to know how big I need the sleeves before I can sew this. And then once I have this sewn, like once I figure out how big my arms are, I'm gonna do another round of this for the sleeves, and then that'll be it done. Oh well, I suppose the neckline as well needs a bit of hemming, but I don't think I have enough yellow wool to do that. I don't think I have enough yellow wool to do the yellow rim on everything, so I might have to do like a green rim. Maybe I can give it green sleeves or something, so I'll let you know how it goes. So this is part of the video where I'm working on Hey There Divana's Draw This In Your Style. I absolutely loved her character. Like, she's so like retro but modern. Maybe it's the jacket. And I really wanted to draw her, so here I go. I wanted to use like a different technique, because if you see, I was using squares instead of circles to draw everything, and that was kind of, it actually did help block out the perspective a little bit. So that's enough on the drawing. Let's just get to chatting like we normally do. So the biggest thing on my mind is college work. It's the first week of Easter right now, like it's literally Monday, the first week of Easter, and there's only 3 weeks left to college. That is insane. And it's still, like, it feels like there's so much work left to do. In 3 Fridays, we have a 1,600 word essay due. 1,600 words. And that, like, oh my god, that's just stressing me out so much. And I'm just dreading working on that essay. And then we also have to prep our studio spaces, paint the walls and clean it out and get it all set up for our exhibition. And we don't really get much opportunity to practice. I think next week I'm going up to studio to put up like a practice run of the exhibition, and the teachers, lecturers are just going to give us their opinion on it, which is obviously at least some form of a fucking practice run, but like, we could have done with a bit more. The worst part of it is that I haven't even got all the work made that I want to make. That's going to be hanging up on the wall. Like, I'm going to have to spend a day or two, like, making one more piece. And that's going to be really stressful because I'm going to have to travel. Because the studio is not going to be functioning because it's going to be an exhibition space. So I don't know where I'm actually going to work on this because it's quite big. It's just so stressful. I can't wait for summer when I get to work on my own projects. I want to bleach paint one of my hoodies. I want to paint my jeans. And it's just going to be, like, time to spend, like, art time for myself and just fall in love with it again, instead of thinking about it as work and worrying about what everyone else is going to think about it. I just can't wait to do something for me, something that I want to do. So right now you're seeing me draw my granny's eye as part of a little series for college. This is what my exhibition is gonna comprise of, which is a series of portraits of my close family members' eyes, and I'm doing this to showcase a like family tree of eyes that kind of shows things being passed down in terms of genetics, and then in my family a lot of stories were passed down and stuff like that, and I think it's just a really nice visualization of the family tree. It's a bit more easy to digest than a literal tree with faces on it and names, and it's just that's what I've been exploring for college, and that's what you're seeing me do here. As you can tell, I'm getting it very hard to verbalize what I'm actually doing, and I'm hoping that once it's all hung up on the wall that it'll speak for itself, and I'm sure every artist can relate to that, where they want their work to speak for itself and stand on its own without needing a description or a definition. So I really do hope I can get that across with this series. Obviously this is going to be a set of digital portraits. I'm getting them printed out so that they can physically hang on the wall, but it's kind of like I had to fight a little bit with the digital art in my college. Originally in first and second year they hated it. They didn't want anything to do with digital art, and that drove me through the roof because digital art is what I do. It's what I've been doing since I was 17, and it's just my medium that I prefer to draw in. And in first and second year that's what I wanted to do, and they just didn't like it. This year we kind of have a bit more freedom to do whatever we want, and all of a sudden my grades are going up. All of a sudden I'm getting the highest marks that I've gotten in college, and it's like shock and awe that I'm getting to do what I want and my grades are going up. So they're actually encouraging me to do digital art now. Like, they love what I'm doing here in terms of digital work, and I'm really hoping that once it's printed out that I'll have a little bit more of a leg to stand on once they can see that digital art is art. Because the word that they threw around was rendering, that I was just rendering, and it just made it sound like I was copy and pasting, because they don't really understand that I'm actually drawing it. It's not a computer drawing it, it's not traced, it's me. I could do this on paper if I wanted to. It's the same thing as asking a pencil artist to start working with paint. They know how to do it, but this is the medium they choose to work in. It's not the medium that's gone to college for 4 years, so I do hope once it gets printed out that I have a bit more of a leg to stand on in the college in terms of digital work. I'd like to thank you for watching another one of my studio vlogs. The next one is probably going to be in the summer when hopefully more stuff is happening after I'm done college, and it'll be fun. So thank you, bye bye.